I'm Perry Coleman and I'm a environmental consultant, a botanist, and I work mostly around the areas of salt marshes in the Northern Adelaide Plains. Yeah. One day when I was minding my business in there, sorting out their problems, Roger Grund came in to ask if I'd seen any yellowish sedge skipper butterflies. And I said, no, I hadn't. And he was very disappointed, and he took me out to show me. In the process of looking for them, we discovered a lot of the habitat was being cleared, and also that people were spraying a lot of insecticide, and there was at the time an experiment to try and control mosquitoes by aerial bombing. And within a very short period of time, Roger was unable to find any yellowish sedge skipper butterflies. So about 20 years ago, my daughter and I started work on the recovery plan.
It's called the Yellowish Sedge Skipper. Not quite yellow, not quite brown, it's yellowish. Hi, I'm Warwick Barnes. I'm the Coastal Conservation Officer based at Adelaide Plains Council, funded by the Natural Resource Management Board. We're trying to get some volunteers to assist with the butterfly reintroduction project. And we've been doing a lot of habitat work to try and recreate its habitat. And now we're actually looking to reintroduce it.
So the first thing we did was we tried to find out how much habitat was left. The answer was not very many at all. And Steve Clark from what was the catchment board at the time got together with the kids from the Burton Primary School, and they did the planting that you see behind us. It replicates a natural habitat almost perfectly.
Welcome to Warwick, everyone.
What we're doing here is collecting the yellowish sedge skipper larvae for translocation back to Adelaide Plains. My name is Alex Stolarski. I used to be a flower grower, a nurseryman, and currently I am a truck driver, a tractor operator, loader operator, and a lover of butterflies.
The caterpillars are a light green colour. They have a head with a dark brown V on it. They have some kind of yellowish stripes on their bodies, not very obviously yellowish. They drag a couple of leaves together to make a shelter, and when they do that, the caterpillar and their shelter tend to bend the leaves down, so they stick out at the side of these patches of garnia, and you can see them because the leaves aren't going the same direction as all the rest of the leaves are.
My involvement is having the experience over the years with this particular butterfly species and its habitat requirements, its environmental behaviour, and how best to help the team achieve their goals.
Is this one here?
Yes, by the look of it, it is.
We're roughly looking for that size of a caterpillar. And then I'll come across here, we'll just pop it straight in. Today's going quite well, considering we haven't been here for 2 years after the initial survey work that we've done. We're finding that the numbers of larvae are down on the previous counts. We were going to hopefully collect 150 individuals.
What we do know, now that we've started growing more garnia and now that we've started restoring the habitat that the yellowish sedge skipper uses, is that the habitat itself doesn't host the pests that bother the horticulturalists. So if they grow the sedge around their greenhouses, they not only won't be hosting pest insects like thrips that damage their crops, they will host native micro wasps that parasitise those thrips. So the butterflies are a really great way to make a link between the local industry and the conservation movement. This is a win-win situation. These plants can be grown in detention basins. The plants themselves can host these wonderful little insects, and right at the top of the pyramid, if you like, is the butterfly.
Yeah, so it's been exciting. On our very first site, we found
our first caterpillar in the first 5 minutes. And there's a few theories of why it was a bit more difficult to collect those caterpillars this time. We brought the caterpillars that we found on the York Peninsula and released them at this site here in the Northern Adelaide Plains. We will come back next week. Hopefully they're still here. It's always a challenge and it's actually quite exciting.
I just can't wait till I get to see what Roger's told me of the amazing buoy displays of the Yellowish Sedge Skipper butterfly buoys zooming around across the top of a sedge land, showing off for all the girls. I think that's going to be great when I can see that. I'll be fascinated to see whether or not these manage to be transferred well. I'm just overwhelmed at the moment, I have to say.